This video is going to focus on the Nasdaq. 2 days ago, Thursday, we had a key reversal bar on the daily. We have a key reversal bar on the weekly now. And is this a major top, or is this just a little hiccup along the way as things continue to march higher? So let's get into this and see what the Drummond geometry has to say. That is a key reversal bar, made a new high, made a new low, closed down for the day, and we had the same thing over here on Thursday on the daily chart. So the market has hit an area that it's reversed strongly. And what's in that area? What's making this happen? And we always look at the higher time periods to see what's going on. Let me bring in the yearly and the quarterly charts, and we define an exhaust pattern as the red line is the farther out resistance. And when that holds, and on the next bar, the nearby resistance area holds, that's the definition of exhaust. And of course, there's a lot of time left in this year, but right now we're in that area where there's an exhaust setting up. And what else is there on the yearly chart? If you picked out this 5-1 down, you get 10 points. So right now we're kind of holding in the area of the 5-1 down on the yearly chart. We are also holding in the area of the 5-2 down on the quarterly chart. This is also in the area of the quarterly envelope top. And one other thing to note on the quarterly, that's the farther out. The next one is moving lower. The nearby is moving lower as compared to this one. So we're starting to see weakness on the quarterly chart, and also PL dots have flattened out. So the energy on the quarterly chart looks to be waning. The yearly is holding at a 5-1 down, and we had last year's price closed, or where the farther out, let me say it this way, the farther out resistance area held. And if this nearby resistance area holds on close, then we do have the definition of a yearly exhaust. Now coming back to the monthly and the weekly, with those higher time period resistance areas in mind, and you can see that those resistance areas have located right in monthly and weekly resistance. So now we've got a couple of more levels of resistance where the market is turned down from, and how low is it going to go becomes the $64,000 question. Now focusing on the weekly chart, well, we see monthly support down in this area. That's a monthly envelope bottom, a little bit lower. Quarterly, so there's quite a bit of space between where the price is right now and where the higher time period support starts to kick in. We can also see for next week there's going to be a 5-2 up somewhere in this area. There's going to be a 6-1 up. So there's a little bit of support in the weekly, right around where we're at now, and a little bit lower. But again, the real support from the monthly and the quarterly doesn't kick in until 21 to 22,000. In next week's PL dot, that's going to be in the 23,300 range. So if we're looking for potential for the weekly high, this would be the area I'm looking at, somewhere between the weekly envelope bottom and the weekly PL dot. It takes you up to about, this again, 23,300. And now let's look at the daily chart and see if we can further define this. And to the mix, we'll add the daily PL dot coming in right around the 23,300 range for where we thought where we're going to see the weekly PL dot. So there's again a pretty good sized cluster of resistance for a daily basis. I would expect this area just above 23,000 up to 23,300 to be the high for the day on Monday. And if that holds, we're going to start pushing down, and we'll see price move down towards the monthly PL dot way down here. So, play it day by day. Right now, after that strong move on Thursday, the strong move on Friday, a little bounce on Monday, and if that bounce holds at the month or at the daily PL dot, the weekly PL dot, then we're going to expect prices to continue to push back down. And if this is a trend change, what we'll see is that rallies will be sold, and they'll be sold aggressively. So a bounce up into daily resistance that's immediately sold, and we see C waves on a 60-minute, we see C waves on a 15-minute, C waves on a 240-minute to the downside, then we know that the flow of this market is starting to shift. And we expect that to continue until we get into higher time period support. That's it for the Nasdaq. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good week.